Thing is that there are two options. You can go for private accommodation, you can go for university accommodation.
Okay.
I personally went for university accommodation because I didn't want the hazard of these bills that I was like, okay, it's 1 year, I'm gonna stay there. Otherwise, anyway, when I'm gonna work, I'm gonna stay in a private accommodation. For University of Edinburgh, the procedure is that you have to apply for the university accommodation. You have to put in your application. They have a deadline for that,
Mhm.
and you have to tell your three preferences, and you might or you might not, three or five preferences. You might or you might not get anything out of those, or so you have to wait for that, and then they'll give you a proposal that you've been selected for this accommodation, accepted in like 2 3 days, or you won't get it. So yeah, that's what, when I applied for my university accommodation, I was thinking to get in with other finance people. I made friends with them before moving in with them, but we were a little late in this procedure, so everything was booked, everything cheap was booked, and I was like, okay, then I'll just go for the university accommodation then, because university accommodation is expensive as compared to private ones. Private, you can get it for so cheap also. If you want a lavish house for the same price, you'll get a much better house uh, in person as compared to university.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a different feeling. It's a different experience to live in university accommodation. I personally wanted to have that.
Mhm.
So I applied, I got a proposal. The accommodation I got was my fourth or fifth option. So I was not really happy about it, because the thing is, the one I got is like super old and like built ages ago and everything. So I was really happy about it. But then okay, I was like, okay, either I have to accept it or I have to find a private one. So I did a research, I wrote them mails to send me the pictures of the room, this, that, and then I accepted it. So I came in here, I didn't like the accommodation much. I mean, it's old, but it's good. And the best part, it is right in the center of the university,
Okay.
city. So just everything is walking distance. My university is five minutes walking, library is 5 minutes walking. Everything is like very convenient. So that's the good part. But if you want to go for a private accommodation, totally go for it. There's a thing called Domus also, which is cheap. So
Mhm.
Domus is something which is a tie-up between University of Edinburgh and private accommodations. So you get it for cheap. I didn't know about this before. So yeah, that is one good option. Or just go for the private accommodation, but start the procedure much before, because they'll be all taken very quick. But yeah, it depends on how close you are from accommodation, from the city. So I have friends from different university also. They're paying half the amount I'm paying, and their uh, accommodation is double the size.
Okay.
But then it's a 35 minutes bus ride from the city. So I mean, you have to see what you prefer. I am one of those people who cannot just get ready, travel, and then go to university. So
Right.
I knew this about myself. So I was like, okay, for me, proximity is very important. If for people, space, location, all those matter more, then they can go for that.